Hi, let me share my experiences during intermediate education. Intermediate means it was the part of the school education, that means class 11th and 12th. After passing class 10th, there was situation that I have to change my school because for the intermediate education in that college where I passed the high school, no science stream for the intermediate classes. So accordingly, I have to search out another school where intermediate courses were running. So after searching around, I decided to join another school in class 11th. At that time, there was one new thing again what happened as I was the student of science stream in 10th, that means high school. So among science stream now, I have to decide whether I have to take mathematics stream, either biology stream. So this was the point when one has to decide either he or she may enter in mathematics discipline, either bio group, that means either engineering, either medical. Like that at that time was perception in general. So finally I decided to join mathematics stream. Mathematics stream means that we have to learn 5 subjects: mathematics, physics, chemistry, that means PCM group, physics, chemistry, mathematics, and additionally general Hindi and English 5 subjects we have to study. So in 11th class, it was smooth. It was in general just day to day you have to visit, take the class, and do the work. Again, my mode of study was self-study. No tuition I had. I was not taking tuition. Sometime in 11th class, I continued coming from village to attend the school and go back to home. But after some time, my house in the city was partially established. That means a land was purchased in the name of my mother. That it was purchased a few years before, that might be 1986, and later, after 2-3 years, it was partially constructed, means just 2 rooms was constructed. It was only purpose that we can stay and attend the school from there only. That is only the house. There no other facility, no family member was staying. Just simply as a student staying somewhere in the city or other city to rent the room, but we don't have to pay the rent because it's our own house. Only that. And everything you have to cook the food and do and that. So I was not knowing how to do that cooking. So my cousin and other relatives were staying with me. My brother staying with me, 2-3 students. So they together helping. So it was only the facility that traveling became less. It was in the main city, my house. Still it is. And from just 2-3 kilometer distance the new school was. So class 1 has passed 11th, first year of the intermediate, and also smoothly I entered into 12th class. In 12th class, again, because it is going to be the board examinations, intermediate board of Uttar Pradesh, the toughest one. So again, I adapted to take tuition, private tuition. So one popular teacher was chosen and took the help in science subject, mathematics subject, like just the some partial help so that cover the courses. So anyhow, mostly by the making the self-study with the partial support of the tuition by the teacher, completed the course. Now the final examination dates for intermediate, 12th class, was announced, and there was a interesting things happened. As I mentioned before, in my high school education details video, that at that time there was a examination with book that was called open book examination. It was applied for the home examination and for the board examination both together. But when I was there in 12th class, that is about to appear the board examination for intermediate for 12th class, the government was changed. Government was changed and they announced very strict policy for the examination. What was the policy? Any student found with cheating papers, found undue practices during the examinations, either talking to other student in the examination, simply he or she was rusticated and also arrested to get in jail. It was the law made by the then government. Because before that, before the government, due to open book examination system, the image of the state was very graded down. 100% results were everyone get first. It means if you know the subject or don't know the subject, you are going to pass. It was guaranteed. But now this government when changed, new regulations were announced, everyone under very much pressure. And when that examination was conducted, many students were caught. They were simply arrested. Always police were present in the ground of every school wherever the board examinations were going. Any student were found, immediately they catch by the police and they have to send to the nearest magistrate and put in jail maybe 14 days, 10 days. They say your examination is finished and you have to face the legal consequences. Also, if any examination hall the student was found with cheating paper, with false practices, the invigilators, those who were making their duties, and they were considered to fail to check the students, and the teachers were also arrested. That year was very much popular because the strictness of the government, and that was actually the real examination happened. Luckily I was the part of that. It is very sweet memory with me that I was the part of that time duration and crossed the time, passed the examination successfully with first class. At that time, the passing results were very less, downgraded. Very few students were passed. And if you are searching who are the first class, oh, you see, maybe after thousand, after few thousand, 1-2% getting first class. Many schools, no students were first class in 12th class. That time was wonderful. Still, when we remember, we have great regard the government of that time, administration of that time. They were really conducted the examination and make the modification, make the improvement in the entire education system. But it was not for longer time because it is political decisions. Government were going and coming. So thereafter it was changed, not, but its effect was up to the long time. Any governments coming after that, they were not openly returned back to their old patterns. Because in their old pattern system, the Uttar Pradesh state education were getting bad names. And if we, by today, if we think and we can go back to just maybe 34 years before, time duration, we can say it was very worst system. There were many schools in the rural part of Uttar Pradesh. They were simply the business centers. One has to give the money, pay the money, he or she would pass. Somebody write examination for the students. Simply you have to pay some money. Somebody sit and write. Or somebody give the solution of the questions, you have to sit down and write your own. If you are unable to write your examinations, you will get assistance. Everything was failing. Everyone was decided with price. So at that time, there was no mechanism to identify good or bad student. That was the worst time. That means before me. But our time, that particular year, is the hardest examination ever in the history of Uttar Pradesh. That time will never be seen before and never will come after even in late future. So these are the 2 years of journey of intermediate education, and we were experienced one of the hardest examination in our life, and successfully we passed that. That is the kind of proud we have. I have, because I was part of that era, that time duration, and I was critically examined for my subjects through the actual examination, thorough examination system, and was successfully passed. So I think by 2 days, if we compare that time with a very huge changes, almost complete changes. What I am recording here, somebody might be think that these are just from story. Some might be hypothetical story, but it's the completely the true account, completely true story, what was happened at that time. Thank you so much for watching.